The last true king of the North. The years of blood, 1192 to 1216. The Skalds say the gods abandoned Midgard long before the 13th century. They are wrong. The gods did not leave. They only stopped speaking clearly. Eric Wolfson was born in the winter of 1192, beneath a sky split by green fire. The elders called it Aurora blood, a sign that the veil was thin. Wolves howled from the hills all night, circling the village but never entering. His mother died at dawn. An old woman cut the umbilical cord with a broken sayax and whispered, "Fate has marked him. Hide him from it." His father's bloodline, true kings of the North, had been hunted since 1184, when the throne was stolen through oath-breaking and murder. The usurpers believed killing the blood would kill the claim. They did not know the gods remember blood. The boy the ravens followed. When Eric was 7, the false king's men burned his village. As he hid beneath a slaughtered cow, choking on blood and smoke, 2 ravens landed on the roof beam above him. They did not cry. They watched. Later, Eric would dream of ravens often, one-eyed, heavy-winged, tearing at banners. Old men said nothing when he spoke of it, but they marked him quietly. At 10, an old warrior named Hrolf One-Eye, broken by wars long finished, taught him how to fight, not like a hero, but like an animal. Eyes first, Hrolf said. Honor later. Famine came. Eric survived by trapping animals and stealing from the dead. Once, starving and shaking, he followed a wolf through a snowstorm to a frozen deer carcass. The wolf did not attack him. It ate first, then left. That night, Eric dreamed of a man cloaked in gray, missing one eye, standing beside a tree whose roots bled into the earth. Endure, the man said. That is the price of kings. At 12, Eric killed for the first time. When he drove the blade into the tax collector's throat, the wind died completely. Snow fell straight down, silent as ash. The elders later said, Tyr, God of justice, accepts no clean offerings. From then on, Steel obeyed him. At 14, bounty hunters chased him into the high forests. Cornered at a ravine, Eric leapt rather than kneel. He shattered his shoulder and screamed into the dark. The scream was answered. Wolves gathered, not close, not far, forming a living wall until the hunters fled. Eric passed out in the snow, dreaming of fangs and crowns made of iron. When he woke, his wound was frozen shut. By 17, Eric fought as a mercenary. Men noticed strange things around him. Arrows missing by inches, blades snapping, enemies freezing in fear at the wrong moment. Before every battle, ravens arrived. After every battle, they fed well. One night before a river fight, Eric dreamed again of the one-eyed man. This time, the man placed a crown of antlers on his head. "Take it back," he said, "or all this suffering is nothing." When Eric woke, his tent was surrounded by wolves, silent, watchful. At sunrise, they were gone. Men began calling him Ulf Konungur, Wolf King. In 1209, elders revealed the truth of his blood. They gave him his grandfather's broken sword, snapped in betrayal decades earlier. Eric reforged it with iron taken from a fallen enemy's blade. They named it Blodmini, blood memory. At Hrafn's Ford, 1214, ravens darkened the sky so thick arrows struck their wings. At Skald Ridge, a sudden storm blinded the enemy, while Eric's men charged downhill, screaming the old names of the gods. Some swore they saw a giant figure walking through the fog beside Eric, spear in hand. Others refused to speak of it. In 1216, longships, thought dead with the old age, returned to the sea. Their prows were carved with wolves, serpents, and faces half forgotten. When they landed near the capital, the ground shook. The final battle was swift and merciless. The false king died beneath Eric's blade as ravens screamed overhead. As his blood touched the earth, thunder rolled. Even though the sky was clear, the throne was not taken. It was recognized. Eric ruled not as a tyrant, but as a bridge. He honored the cross publicly and the old gods quietly. He ended blood feuds. He made law stronger than swords. When he died years later, wolves were seen standing on the hills around the capital, howling until dawn. No one hunted them. They were not beasts. They were witnesses. And the Skalds would say, the Viking age did not end with fire. It ended with a king who survived the gods themselves.